If you are a friend or a family member of an elective amputee, I would invite you to follow along on my channel and other channels in order to gain more information about it. Sometimes it's hard for us to support people in their huge decisions like this, especially when we don't understand or don't agree. Our first reaction is to say, no, you can't do that. That's so dramatic. It's so permanent. Isn't there another way? But sometimes all the other ways have been exhausted, and in order to gain a quality of life, that's what some people have to do. So gain knowledge, gain understanding, and support your loved one in whatever decision they make, because I can guarantee that that is one of the very hardest decisions they have ever had to make. And trust me when I say, it's not one that we want to make. It's very hard to make. It's not something that we say, it's a Wednesday, I think I'll cut my foot off. It's not like that. It's extremely hard. So please follow along and we'll learn about this together. Hey guys, here we are still in quarantine. It's been 56 days, 13 hours, 27 minutes, and 16 seconds. But who's counting? And there is not a single sign of intelligent life anywhere. So my doctor called. I'm gonna go outside since that's the only place that people aren't. He called because we are in quarantine. I kind of had a good thing happen. He was able to call me instead of having to fly out to Oklahoma. So what he had to say was that my foot, yes, it qualifies for amputation, and it also qualifies for fusion. So we talked about those two things. I've chosen Dr. Ertl in Oklahoma City because he is an amputation and reconstructive specialist using TMR. We spoke for about an hour about my situation and trying to decide what the best course of action would be for me. What he does is he builds a bone bridge in between the two leg bones. So mine would be below the knee, mid-calf. He builds a bone bridge between those two bones so that you have stable end on the end of your residual limb in order to place pressure and to be more comfortable for things like running and more heavy activity inside your socket. What he also mentioned was that he wraps the muscle groups from your calf and I believe two sides and the front. I don't know if you have a muscle group in the front, but he said that he wraps all of those muscles around your residual limb and connects them to other muscle groups. I think, don't quote me on that. He was talking really fast using a lot of medical terms, so that whenever you flex your muscle, you can actually build it up so that it doesn't completely disintegrate over time. And he does the exact same thing with the nerves. So he has found a way to connect nerves to nerves. Again, don't quote me on that. I think that's what he was talking about. Or burying the nerve inside the muscle so that it reduces phantom pains and painful neuromas, which is what a lot of amputees suffer from. So this was exciting news for me to hear that he has figured out all of these wonderful ways to almost completely eliminate some of these problems that amputees have had in the past. I explained to him my motivation behind fixing my foot. I didn't want to just be out of pain. I want an actual quality of life. So we talked about fusion, which is one of the options other than amputation. And basically it is shoving a rod through the end of your heel to stabilize it up into your leg bone. It would be at a 90 degree angle. Right now mine is pointed down, but he would, put it at a 90 degree angle. And so I would walk like that without any movement in my foot whatsoever. So it is fused, it is stuck in place. What he said the benefits of that was no more pain. Okay, fine, doc, but that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking to actually walk in the sand and see the pyramids. I am looking to play in the backyard with my kids. On a very simple note, I'm looking to be able to run to them if they fall, or even take a walk with them outside. So towards the end of the call, we talked about our next steps, and it's basically to get scheduled, have insurance approve it, and my husband and I spoke about it, and we have decided to proceed with Elective Amputation.